hearing coming up later this month to determine whether convicted murderer Alex Murdaugh will get a new trial. The murders of his wife and son, serving that 2 consecutive life sentences without parole. Murdaugh's team accusing the court clerk, Becky Hill, of jury tampering for supposedly saying, among other things, that apparently an assistant heard her say, Hill, that a conviction would be good for her book sales.
We believe we should be able to get into that. We should be able to ask Ms. Hill about it. If she denies it, to call that witness, that assistant, and have her testify that she was told that.
Hill's book deal from the case is what apparently led to 2 jurors coming forward to the defense. Many others have insisted it isn't true, and in a response filed by prosecutors, said Hill herself denied it. Quote, "I did not tell the jury not to be fooled by evidence presented by Mr. Murdaugh's attorneys. I did not instruct the jury to watch him closely. I did not instruct the jury to look at his actions." She denies basically all the allegations. Now, Murdaugh's attorneys allege that Hill encouraged jurors to reach a quick verdict, which is actually something that was mentioned by Hill herself in the 2nd season of the Netflix docuseries on the Murdaugh family.
I had a feeling from our time together with the jury out at Moselle that it was not going to take our jury long to make the decision in this case. It's just called that women's intuition.
The defense said Hill needed to testify. On that, the judge agreed. The jurors who heard the case will testify. Their identities will be protected. It's going to be a 3-day hearing beginning on January the 29th. Back with me, Geraldo Rivera, Ashleigh Banfield, and Jesse Weber of the Law and Crime Network. All right, so Ashleigh, what happens now? I mean, is the fact that there's a hearing at all happening here a win for Alex Murdaugh?
I also have women's intuition, and that is that, yes, I think he's going to get a new trial.
Really?
I think he should get a new trial. Heck yeah, and I'll tell you why. Any court clerk that has inappropriate let's just say conversations ex parte from the rest of the jury, that is inappropriate. This is life in prison, no parole. And if that woman, Becky Hill,
yep,
if she was having conversations with a juror, which other jurors have alleged happened, right? She was having secret conversations in a room away from the rest of the jurors. That alone is enough for me. I think it's entirely inappropriate. And I know, Jesse, you're giving me the you're giving me the
well, I'm
grill.
going to let Geraldo be the judge. I'm going to let Jesse respond, and then Geraldo's going to be the judge who's going to make the ruling on this. So, Jesse, what's your response to what Ashleigh's saying?
So normally I would 100% agree with Ashleigh, but then we had this hearing this week. The judge has tied the defense's hands in a number of significant ways. They can't just show that she had conversations with the jurors. They have to show that she acted with prejudice against Alex Murdaugh, that their decision was affected by what she did. Yes, all 12 jurors will be questioned, but only one has a sworn affidavit that there's been contact. The jurors that were alternates, the jurors that were dismissed, will not be up for testimony. They will not be questioned. All the stuff about Becky Hill's book sales, plagiarism, misusing funds, that's not coming in. The stuff about how did they deliberate, they're not allowed to be asked that. Only their conclusions. So the defense, what they were hoping for, is not happening anymore based on the judge's orders.
Before I let Judge Rivera determine the outcome here, Ashleigh, a quick response to Jesse on that?
Yeah, and that was frustrating to me because I love the terminology here, but I'll just use it. Egg lady who was dismissed was a juror, and she has a sworn affidavit that says that clerk engaged in inappropriate conversations. And for whatever reason, the judge has said you can't question Egg lady. And to me, I think that's miscarriage of justice.
All right, Judge Rivera, what happens here?
The state prevails. Murdaugh will not get a new trial. There's no evidence that this verdict was in any way altered by this communication, which is still uncertain that it ever happened, as described by the defense. Murdaugh is even more, the evidence against him even more daunting than against Scott Peterson. He, as you know, is a one-man crime syndicate, guilty in so many different areas of life. This Murdaugh, he's exactly where he belongs.
But no motive.
rule against
No
him.
motive to kill a wife and son. No motive. Scott Peterson had plenty of motive. Murdaugh had no motive to kill his wife and son. I still can't get past that.
Well, there was this again is the guy that hired his cousin to shoot him in the head so that the life insurance benefits would go to his surviving son. So, you know, the motive here that he killed them to distract away from his financial crimes might not make sense to a lot of people. But then again, we're dealing with Alex Murdaugh, where a lot of this never made sense.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.